A song comes on in a supermarket, and for about 2 seconds, they are right there with you. Close enough to speak to, you can hear exactly what they would have said about it. Now, you can call that a trick of memory and move on down the aisle. But almost every tradition on earth has looked at that moment and said the same thing. Pay attention to that. So, will you see them again? We put the question to 7 traditions, not to rank them and not to blur them into one comfortable answer, just to set them side by side and see what they actually say. 7 answers. And they do not land where you would expect. Christianity says yes, and it is wonderfully specific about it. Heaven, in the oldest Christian picture, is not a private reward or a cloud to sit on. It is a table, a gathering, a place where love carries on and what was broken between people finally gets repaired. And the hope is not that some wisp of you drifts off. It is resurrection, the whole person, raised and remade. So when a Christian family says we will see them again, they mean it literally, not a symbol of them, recognizably, unmistakably them. Islam says yes too, and remarkably, it says so by name. The Quran describes Jannah, paradise, as a place of real and lasting joy, and it speaks of the faithful being joined there by their families. Not reunited in spirit, in some vague way, joined. Which is why, at a Muslim graveside, the sentence you hear is not a wish. It is stated as fact. We will see them again. Judaism does something you might not expect. It mostly changes the subject. There is Olam Haba, the world to come, where souls are gathered and resurrection is affirmed. But ask a rabbi for the floor plan, and you will often get a pause, a smile, and a better question back. Because Judaism keeps turning you toward this life. Love them now. Sit with them now. Bring the food. It is quietly confident that the bond is not simply extinguished. It just refuses to pretend it knows the mechanics. There is something bracing in that. Hinduism opens the time frame up enormously. The soul, the Atman, does not die when the body does. It is reborn again and again through samsara, shaped by karma. And here is the part that catches people. Many Hindu traditions hold that deep bonds pull souls back toward one another across lifetimes, that the people you love are not an accident, that you may well have met before. But there is a turn in it. The real goal is not another reunion, it is moksha, release, the drop returning to the ocean. And in that homecoming, the separate people we were are not separate anymore. Buddhism asks the most interesting question back. Who exactly do you want to see again? Because Buddhism teaches there is no fixed, permanent self. Not in you and not in them. The person you love was already changing every single day they were alive, and so were you. The version of them you miss is one of hundreds you knew. So it will not promise you 2 personalities meeting again, unchanged, in a room. What it says instead is that the connection formed through love and karma genuinely carries on and echoes across lives, which is a stranger and honestly a bigger idea. The love was never a possession you had. It was a current running through you both, and currents do not stop at a body. Sikhism teaches that the soul is eternal, a spark of the light of Waheguru, and that it is traveling home. Those who lived in devotion and love come to rest in God's presence. And that presence is itself the reunion. Not a meeting in a room, but a merging back into the same light. Gurbani, the sacred scripture, does not map the details. It simply keeps insisting on the thing that matters. The soul endures, the love endures, and the secular answer is more interesting than people expect. It starts honestly. There is no good scientific evidence that consciousness survives death, and most secular thinkers will not pretend otherwise. Many add that we understand consciousness so poorly that certainty in either direction is a bit cheeky. But then, ask a grief counselor and you get the other half. That the people we love are not gone in the way we fear. They are in your habits, your turns of phrase, the way you parent, That thing you almost said just then, in their voice. You are, in a completely literal sense, partly made of them. They are still doing things through you today. It is not a promise of a face, but it is not a consolation prize either. For a lot of people, it is the whole point. So there they are, 7 answers, and they genuinely differ. Resurrection, paradise, rebirth, merging into light, memory. But look at what happened. 5 of the 7 say yes. Almost none of them say the love was temporary. Whether through a body raised, or a family gathered in paradise, or a bond that pulls across lifetimes, or a drop returning to the ocean, or simply the shape a person leaves pressed into who you became, nearly every tradition refuses the same idea. That love just stops. Thousands of years, wildly different assumptions, almost no contact between them, and they land in more or less the same place. That is not nothing. Maybe the question is bigger than it looks. Is it about seeing a face again? Or is it about whether the love was real, whether it counted, whether any of it lasts? Different traditions answer different parts of that. And you may find, sitting with it, that you were never only asking one question. But notice where all 7 of them point. Not one of them tells you to wait for the answer. Every single one sends you back to the people who are still here, while they are still here. For a question about the next life, that is a surprisingly practical place to land. If these are the questions you'd like to sit with, subscribe. We explore a new one every week. And if you are carrying someone right now, you can make a place to remember them in the memorial section at God.co.uk. Somewhere their name, their story, and the things only you know about them stay. That link is in the description, along with the full answer from all 7 traditions, and somewhere to ask a question of your own at God.co.uk.